What is up, everyone? It is Diecastbuffet here again. William Byron goes back-to-back and wins another Daytona 500. And you know what that means. It's a blue and red car. We did for the dual races, we did red color background. So we're going to be doing, boom, Byron blue. This one's more closer to it than Exalta Blue. And a very similar paint scheme that Jeff Gordon won the 2005 Daytona 500 in. Naturally, William Byron just won. Let me adjust the brightness. Just what a crazy race. I mean, what an amazing speed weeks. So much crashing, so much action. Wow, we got a lot to talk about, man. Make sure to give the video a huge thumbs up. Let's talk Speed Weeks 2025. So we're going to talk specifically about the Daytona 500 first, and we'll talk about everything else that has happened this week in NASCAR. But my honest thoughts on the NASCAR race, let me tell you, the Gen 7 car, in terms of aesthetic, it is the best plate car ever. They can run 3 and 4 wide for 50 laps straight without wrecking. It is just, it's amazing to watch. I was saying is my computer decides to just crash in the background, so we're just going to deal with this aesthetics. The next-gen car, you could truly run side-by-side at the plate races. Fantastic racing. We saw pretty much next to no just riding around. Sure, they were saving fuel, but they were still passing. They were still having a whole lot of great racing action. You saw the massive wreck right at the end with Ryan PREECE. That was crazy right there, man. I mean, he literally flipped. Did like a, what is it, 03 Elliott Sadler in that, entering turn 4 portion, and then slid up the banking and then actually backed it into the wall. And he just walks out. I'm telling you, he's got to be, he's just built different, man. These cars are so safe. I mean, people complain about this and that, but I mean, if this was 20, 30 years ago, I mean, he's probably going to be out for a few weeks at least. I mean, that's a gnarly wreck. But to backtrack a little bit, the weather really affected a lot of this whole Daytona 500. But I kind of like when weather affects the NASCAR races. Not for, I don't want no one to miss the race, but it adds a little bit of spice to it, so to speak, because it drags out the race, right? Instead of it being just a 3-hour or 4-hour race, it really makes it more of a 9-hour event, and then it adds drama. It's the Daytona 500. Not only are you trying to win the race and compete against everyone else, but you're also trying to compete against the weather. And fortunately, no one actually crashed out early in the first stint of the race, which was about 10 laps before it was like 2 or 3 hour red flag. So just all throughout the race, constant action, drama, tons of fun. And then at the end of the race, I thought it was going to be Denny Hamlin. I truly thought it was going to be Denny Hamlin getting his 4th Daytona 500, which would have just put him in the stratosphere as one of the greatest drivers ever. He's already a top 10 statistical driver with 3 Daytona 500s. You win your 4th 500, and especially in the plate era with 30 different teams that can win every single week. That's pretty much where the Cup Series is evolving to, if you haven't noticed already. That is just asininely good. So, amazing job if he would have won that. And then they all crash on the final lap. And William Byron, who was like 6th or 7th, literally, I mean, it's better to be blessed than good. Everybody else wrecks. He just drives on by and wins the Daytona 500, and 100% he deserves it. Why? He survived all the carnage. He kept himself in the race, and he put himself in position to win it. So it's like Justin Haley 2019. I don't care how you win Daytona. You're the one that chose to stay out. So therefore, you won the race. Everyone else could have put their car in position. They could have stayed out. They could have done, David Rudiman 2009 Coke 600. Everyone else had the same opportunity to win that race as David Rudiman. I don't care how you win it, as long as you win it. That's what matters. Byron's a 2-time Daytona 500 champion. Make sure to pre-order that diecast. I have a feeling it's going to be caked in confetti. The 2024 edition of that car was fantastic stuff, man. That's going to be a popular diecast. And I think the clean version of that paint scheme is going to be releasing very, very soon. So stay tuned to that. You better get that in the 164 and 124 scale. And of course, you can pre-order the Race to Win over there at Circle B Diecast. Use promo code Diecastbuffet. You also have the dual Race to Wins as well available for pre-order. So I'm not sure if those will get made, but you can at least tap in and try to pick up your copies of those cars. If they do get made, you can pre-order it, over there at Circle B. You don't have to. So anyways, fantastic race. I thoroughly enjoyed it. A lot of people were probably, a lot of people were wanting them to probably just postpone it till Monday. And what's interesting is that the weather for the event, I've been following it all week long, and a lot of the weather outlets were just saying 20%. Then I looked at another weather outlet, and it was saying 80%. So how does like all these other weather places showing like 20%, and then one showing 80%? It was definitely closer to the 80% because that was not no 20% rain. It came through tons of rain, tons of wind, all that fun stuff. Fortunately, though, it was a band of rain. It wasn't just like one giant blob of rain. So they had plenty of time to get the track dry and get ready for the Daytona 500. I honestly thought for a moment they were going to postpone it, but the weather worked in our favor. So thank God for that. But fantastic Daytona 500. Tons of excitement. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Now, all throughout Speed Weeks, loved watching qualifying. The Wednesday morning practice was fun. I loved the Friday and Saturday practice as well. Like, every plate race should have practice. It's just fun. I really wish they would just have like 3 or 4 practice sessions again every weekend. My theory with practice, and not to get off topic here, if I could English, is, do they actually lose money by airing practice? Like, I understand that the teams have to buy the tires and the fuel and all that stuff, and then they have to staff the racetracks, but I would imagine with the commercials and everything, just having an hour or 30 minutes of practice, on a Friday, and then having some on maybe 2 on Saturday would be profitable for the teams. And the sponsors would actually pay more because, hey, that's another hour of television time that you get if you sponsor a car that's in the race. You see what I'm saying? So I kind of wonder if they actually take a loss or they're actually profitable for the team's sake. And that's one of the reasons why they've cut back so much practice. Because in theory, the more television time, RFK could sell to their sponsors, Brad K and Roush, that would be a better bargaining chip, so to speak. So that's kind of one thing. Anyways, back to Speed Weeks. Truck race, lots of fun. I love the ARCA race. I had to mention the ARCA race. It was actually a lot of fun. A lot of people, they're like, why does the ARCA race or ARCA series exist? It was so much fun. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I love wreck fests in NASCAR. I do. I'm being serious when I say that. Like, I genuinely enjoy wreck fests. I genuinely enjoy clean racing. I just want entertaining racing. I truly enjoyed it. I had no problem with them wrecking. That's just part of it. Hey, no one gets hurt, right? I have no problem with wreck fests. Love the Xfinity race. Oh, I totally forgot. Let's talk about the Xfinity debut with CW. Oh boy. Okay, so first off, I love the broadcast graphics. I love the energy that the CW brought with their NASCAR Xfinity debut. But the one thing that I can't stand about the CW is they don't stream it on the app. I was able to watch the practice and qualifying on their app, but I can't actually watch the race. And why this is a problem is my local CW channel is like broadcasted in like 480p. I'll try to put it in the video. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it is blurry. To the point where you're having to stand like 15 feet away from your TV. It is so blurry. It hurts your eyes. That's not good. I'm just saying, if I was a NASCAR Xfinity sponsor, and I even looked around online, other people were complaining about very poor channel quality. Even I didn't have audio issues, but some people were saying that as well. If you're paying all that money to be on an Xfinity car, paying for the television commercials, and you have a demographic of fans that want to watch and they can't watch and enjoy it because your antenna signals or whatever, your TV towers, whatever they use, is not high definition by any means. Just the simple fix to it, just allow people to stream it. It's a whole lot cheaper than building and upgrading towers. Just if you're going to allow the practice and qualifying to be live streamed on the app, please make sure the race is as well, because I love the NASCAR Xfinity Series. I want to watch all the races. It is embarrassingly bad how blurry. I'm telling you, I play vintage video games. I play PS2 games. Very pixelated graphics. It doesn't hurt my eyes. It was so blurry. Like, the words at the bottom of the screen, like, it's insane how bad the quality is for my local channel in 2025. So hopefully they fix that, because I actually really enjoyed the commentary. I love the broadcast graphics at the bottom of the screen. I like the energy they were bringing. It was a really refreshing look to the NASCAR Xfinity Series. And what I like about it is they took it more of a professional thing. Like, they're looking at the Xfinity Series like it's their Cup Series, right? Like, it's their NASCAR Cup Series. They're taking it seriously. When you have a split broadcast, it's kind of like, well, we don't have the championship race, so who cares? We're just going to fulfill our contractual agreements and be done with it. And then NBC is like, we have the championship. We got to be, we got to really take it seriously. But by far, my honest take, I feel like it's a little bit it kind of reminds me a little bit of the NFL on Amazon. It kind of reminds me a little bit of that, a little bit of a new age kind of feel to it. But definitely closer to the NBC side than the Fox side overall, even though it has Adam Alexander commentating it, but very good. So I just wanted to get that in there, my initial thoughts, but absolutely fantastic Speed Weeks. And my last point I will make about this Speed Weeks is, this is going to be random. If the NFL does get their 18th week, this could be the final Daytona 500 to have the government holiday after the Daytona 500. Why is that important? You've seen how close they were to postponing this race. You see what I'm saying? So if you don't have that Monday where a lot of people are off, guess what? If you have to postpone it, oh boy, ratings even worse. So if they get their 18th week, it's going to push the Super Bowl to have the holiday, which the writing's pretty much on the wall. They're going to do it. It's either next year or the year after it. This could have been the final Daytona 500 to be with that extra holiday weekend, so to speak, for a lot of people. So that's something maybe to kind of keep an eye on for the future Daytona 500s. That is all for now. Thank you all for watching the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Huge congratulations to William Byron. Chase Elliott didn't win it. I picked Christopher Bell, and yeah. Hey, man, it's plate racing. I love it. It's my favorite discipline of motorsports, and that is plate racing. And we get more plate racing at Atlanta. I love it. Thank you all for watching. Have a blessed one, everybody. Diecastbuffet signing off.